Hey, I am Zima Blue, storyteller. Today, I will delve into the details of how Zhong ShanShan, the reclusive titan of commerce, constructed his business empire. Let's unearth the secrets behind his journey to the top. Get ready to be inspired by a tale of ambition and strategic genius. In 1997, Nongfu Spring stepped into the bottled water market in China. At that time, the market was largely dominated by three major brands: Nestlé, Robust, and Wahaha. Zhong ShanShan, the man behind Nongfu Spring, was confronted with a challenging question: how to carve out a niche for his brand in an already saturated market. Unlike flavored beverages, water doesn't have a distinct taste that can be easily identified. Marketing becomes the most straightforward and effective strategy, as consumers purchase bottled water based more on the concept and the packaging. It's often the case that a bottled water brand's success is largely due to its advertising campaigns. Under the direct guidance of Zhong ShanShan, Nongfu Spring's tagline, "Slightly Sweet," frequently appeared on TV commercials. They later introduced a 550 ml sports bottle and invested heavily in sponsoring the broadcast of the 1998 FIFA World Cup on China's Central Television, CCTV, Channel 5. The marketing message was clear: drink Nongfu Spring while watching the '98 World Cup. Despite the considerable expenditure, it didn't shake up the industry, nor did the competition take notice. A pivotal moment came in 2000, when Nongfu Spring launched a remarkable offensive against the rest of China's bottled water sector. With the dawn of the new century, Nongfu Spring took a bold stance, claiming through scientific evidence that purified water wasn't beneficial to human health, and announced the halt of purified water production, focusing entirely on natural water. The brand poured massive resources into prime-time advertising on CCTV. The campaign centered on distinguishing natural water is not the same as purified water, aiming to reshape consumer mindset. Nongfu Spring laid out a robust marketing strategy on this differentiation, emphasizing it through three experiments. In the plant experiment, daffodils were cultivated in both purified and natural water. After 7 days, roots in purified water grew 2 centimeters, whereas those in natural water reached 4 centimeters. By day 40, the purified water daffodil's roots weighed less than 5 grams, in contrast to the natural water roots, which weighed over 12 grams. In the animal study, rats deprived of their adrenal glands, regulating water-salt balance, received both purified and mineral-rich Nongfu Spring natural water, along with an identical diet. 6 days later, survival rates were 20% for the purified water group versus 40% for the natural water group. In a cellular experiment, red blood cells added to purified water were destroyed after centrifugation, whereas those in natural water remained intact. Moreover, Nongfu Spring engaged schoolchildren in over 2,700 primary schools across 21 major cities, inviting them to participate in experiments that compared natural and purified waters. These marketing efforts garnered an aura of credibility and sophistication, gradually shaping the consumer preference towards natural water due to perceived shortcomings of purified water. Rival companies, especially leading brand Wahaha, felt the pressure. Gathering executives from 69 purified water producers across 19 provinces, they convened an emergency meeting in Hangzhou on June 7th to deliberate counteractions. Media and journalists flocked to the scene, anticipating the first major clash over water in the 21st century. On the evening of June 7th, 2000, the bright lights were on in the meeting room on the second floor of Zhejiang Hotel, located by the scenic West Lake. A meeting was being held, which would later be referred to as a pivotal gathering in the water industry. The conference lasted from the afternoon of June 7th until the morning of the following day. Initially, representatives of various companies were very discreet and unwilling to disclose any information to journalists. Perhaps due to the exhaustion from the all-night discussion, smaller companies acknowledged that in the competitive water industry, the larger players were destined to prevail. They began to realize their own market shares were inconsequential. As a result, some smaller company leaders opened up to the press, explaining that there were no significant developments at the conference. Their presence was not to antagonize Nongfu Spring, but rather to ensure their own company's survival. Wahaha's boss, Zhong ShanShan, was notably vocal against Nongfu Spring, even indignantly asking whether water lily growing better in sewage implied that sewage was superior to pure water. Interestingly, Zhong ShanShan never directly used the term Nongfu Spring. Instead, he referred to Yangsheng Tang to avoid giving its rival free publicity. While Wahaha and Robust Group seized the spotlight, Nongfu Spring cleverly placed an ad in Hangzhou's most circulated daily, the Metropolitan Express, with the message, "It's a joy to welcome friends from afar." Additionally, Zhong ShanShan leveraged the presence of national reporters invited by Wahaha to further his company's reach. On June 8, 2000, at 8:30 p.m., Nongfu Spring held its own press conference at the nearby CZ Hotel. The event was officially for reporters, but over 20 representatives from other water enterprises managed to attend. Unlike the previous conference, Zhong ShanShan openly invited inquiries from journalists, declaring his readiness for any challenging questions. As the session progressed, his demeanor suggested he was struggling with the increasingly pointed questions, and the event concluded rather abruptly. In his closing remark, Zhong ShanShan likened Nongfu Spring to the candid child from the fable The Emperor's New Clothes, who dared to speak the truth amidst widespread disbelief. Media analysis post-conference indicated that Wahaha, Robust Group, and Nongfu Spring emerged as the victors of the water industry confrontation. These three weren't just the leading bottled water firms, but also enjoyed the most exposure during the event. Essentially, the participation of smaller companies inadvertently served as advertisement for these giants. Later that month, on June 25th, 69 water companies made a joint declaration in Hangzhou, criticizing the fabricated Nongfu Spring pure water incident by the Yangsheng Drinking Water Company of Zhejiang's Qiandao Lake as improper business hype. Nongfu Spring counteracted by suing Wahaha for unfair competition, seeking $30 million in damages. Despite losing the case, the dispute solidified the concept of natural water in consumer consciousness, proving to be a cost-effective marketing battle for Nongfu Spring. Although the infamous water war had settled down, debates over the health benefits of pure versus natural water continued. The struggle solidified Zhong ShanShan's reputation as the resilient lone wolf of Nongfu Spring. This conflict underscored to Zhong the value of dominance in an industry as a means to market share. He once boldly claimed, "A company that avoids making waves is no more lively than a mummy." In a twist of fate, Master Kong, which had suffered a setback in the bottled water market in 2004, redoubled its efforts and introduced mineral water by adding trace minerals to pure water. This move offered a new product distinction at little additional cost. Their marketing strategy targeted the mid to low-end market, using mass production and strategic factory placements to cut logistics costs. Master Kong cleverly used a pricing strategy to corner the market. Since 2006, the market leader Wahaha was preoccupied with the Danone-Wahaha dispute, which left them no room to monitor the rise of competitors like Master Kong. There's an English saying, "When two dogs fight over a bone, a third one runs away with it." And by 2007, in just about 3 years on the market, Master Kong overtook Wahaha for the first time with a 17.3% market share, seizing the lead in the bottled water sector. Mineral water offerings became the industry's second most popular category. This was a cause for concern for Nongfu Spring, which despite its efforts had not moved beyond a market share of 10.5%. In response, Nongfu Spring launched an offensive, questioning the validity of the mineral content in Master Kong's products, branding them deceptive and inferior even to municipal tap water. Nongfu Spring then promoted the concept of weakly alkaline water is better, while criticizing the artificial addition of minerals. To prove their point, Nongfu Spring launched a pH test campaign, showing that the added minerals in Master Kong's water lowered its pH value to more acidic levels than national standards. Nongfu Spring even provided pH test strips on their packaging, enabling customers to easily test the acidity or alkalinity of their water. Nonetheless, many consumers found through Nongfu Spring's own pH test strips that waters from various manufacturers tested slightly alkaline. People began to view this as a mere marketing ploy, a self-promotion tactic by Nongfu Spring. Despite market skepticism, Nongfu Spring's aggressive campaign left Master Kong unable to respond effectively. In the competitive business arena, Master Kong was still reeling from these events when another crisis struck. On July 24, 2008, a scathing forum post titled, "Master Kong, where is your quality water source?" went viral. It claimed that Master Kong's mineral water did not come from any pristine source, but was simply filtered tap water. This revelation caused a major stir, prompting a response from the company. On August 5th, a spokesperson from Master Kong confirmed the allegations and publicly apologized, discontinuing their advertisements related to the water source and revising their product packaging. Rumors circulated that Nongfu Spring had orchestrated Master Kong's water source gate scandal. In the aftermath, there were claims by shop owners about being given copies of news articles on the scandal by Nongfu Spring representatives, which Nongfu Spring vehemently denied, dismissing such claims as overblown. This scandal battered Master Kong's vitality. According to a report by the renowned survey firm Nielsen, Master Kong's market share had slipped slightly by the end of 2008, falling behind its competitors for the first time. Master Kong Holdings reports showed a shift from profitability to significant losses in their mineral water business during that half-year period. Meanwhile, Nongfu Spring capitalized on Master Kong's vulnerability, emphasizing advertising for their pure water sources. In 2009, Nongfu Spring revamped its advertising slogan to highlight their commitment to never using municipal water and being merely nature's courier, focusing heavily on promoting their superior water sources. Indeed, Nongfu Spring expanded to multiple water source locations to mitigate risks and enhance their market position. After rearranging its market approach, Nongfu Spring moved to expand its reach within the drinking water and beverage sectors. Zhong ShanShan's dream of establishing a beverage empire was inching closer to fruition. But following this, Nongfu Spring faced a sudden nationwide boycott. What missteps had Zhong ShanShan taken to incite such backlash?